We were on top, we wanted to get this one here. This is a famous one. And we got up on top of a building to shoot it right. And you got skulls for stars and dropping bombs for stripes. And it's sad to see this. It hurts me to see this. And I had to struggle with this in my visit. And I wondered, what do they mean? Who's putting this up? What impact does it have on the people? Do people really buy this stuff? And so on. And it really was a heavy experience. Some of them say beautiful things out of the Quran, you know, care for your loved ones, take care of people that are not as fortunate as you, all that kind of stuff. And then you got this great Satan, destroy Israel kind of stuff. So, death to America, what do you make of it? Well, I don't know. That was our mission, to learn more about this. I was on that same day in traffic, and we were stuck in another traffic jam, and suddenly my driver just blurted out, "Death to traffic." And I remember going, what? I mean, I was just thinking death to Israel, death to America, death to traffic. And I had to ask him, what's that about? And he said, well, in Iran, anytime we're frustrated by something that's like out of our control, we say death to it. It's in their, what do you call it, lexicon, their jargon. And I thought about that quite a bit. And I thought about how many times I've heard people say, damn those teenagers. Do you really mean you want them to die and burn in hell for eternity? I don't think so. Now, I don't want to excuse or belittle the whole death to Israel thing at all. But I do think it behooves us to recognize that it's more complicated than what some commercial news hysteria might pound into our heads, or some politician that might be playing into our fears. We need, as citizens, to expect a little more of each other than to be wrapped up in this hysteria when the consequence of us not getting it is very expensive. It's very expensive, and that haunted me in my 12 days in Iran. The importance that we sort this out, because I didn't really think the people I was meeting on the streets looked at this stuff and thought death to America, you know. I wanted to know, where are the free spirits in Iran? And I just thought, I'm going to the university. I went to the greatest university in Iran, and we went in there, we had permission, and I said, where's the student union building, you know? Here at the university, you got the student union building, and that's where all the action is, and all the anarchists, and the communists, and the hedonists, and the who knows what. And I went there, and this is one of the most discouraging parts of my whole trip. To go to the university and see nothing but compliance, nothing but conformity, nothing but students who get free education kissing up to professors that have their jobs because they embrace the ideology of the theocracy. And it's happened for 30 years now. And you got to think, half of the people in Iran are less than 30 years old. Who's writing their textbooks, and what are those textbooks trying to get them to think? You add into that the fact that they're very Western media savvy, and they've got a huge blogosphere and web kind of action, and they know what's going on, but still, higher education is very conformist, okay? People were delightful to talk to, people were very sweet, but when I walked around on the campus, there wasn't a bit of graffiti, there wasn't a bit of posters, nothing was out that wasn't ordained by the system. Having said that, I've looked at videos, I've talked to friends in Iran, and since I got home, there's plenty going on behind the scenes, some very savvy, cosmopolitan, you know, people that completely do their own thing, but it's effectively hidden from the public. And when you go to the university, it's toe the line. And I really take that as a warning if around in our country. To me, the university environment is sacred. This is where people should be able to piss off the government, you know? This is where you should send your kids and they can learn all the things that you didn't teach them, just so that they can get character and make their choices and be self-assured, free-thinking, free individuals. I love it when we have that aspect that carbonates the whole intellectual discourse and political discourse in our society. And if you don't appreciate that, go to a country that doesn't have it and see what you think if you had it your way, completely from top to bottom. It's pretty boring. It's pretty boring.